All right, today we are going to talk about one of the hottest subjects, and that is artificial intelligence in the workplace. So to dive right into it, because I don't want to waste anyone's time, we're going to start with 5 ways that artificial intelligence is commonly being incorporated into corporate workflow and how you can use AI to enhance your productivity in an ethical manner. I don't really think that AI is about necessarily cheating or cutting corners when it comes to genuine work, but I think that being able to utilize AI in a productive manner is something that is going to get you ahead. And honestly, it's not about AI taking our jobs. It's about how we're going to adapt our jobs to meet what AI is providing. I think what's going to cause us to lose our job is when we are afraid of AI and when we don't know how to use it in an ethical and productive manner. So here we are. Let's get to it. 5 ways that you can incorporate AI right now, right here, into your daily workflow in an ethical manner. Point number 1, use AI to help you with your email. Email is something that takes up a ton of time, right? Especially when you're responding to message after message after message and you're doing that repetitive reply. AI can now help us reply to emails. Let's talk about how to do this. When I reply to my work-specific emails, you should be able to have a work-approved AI platform, especially if you work for a larger corporation. So find out what your work-approved AI platform is. For example, my work-approved platform is Copilot, and what I'll do is I will copy and paste that email verbatim into the AI bot. I will provide that context to the AI, and then I will obviously read over your email. And then once you have the context of your email, you're going to have a gist of kind of what you want that reply to look like. So then I will go into AI and type out a few sentences on what specifically I want that reply to look like. So maybe I'm going to say, provide a kind, genuine, yet professional reply that replies to this message saying that I will be there on Friday at 10 a.m. and we will discuss the following. And AI will then put in all of those filler words to your email. So instead of you spending all of that time typing over and over again, AI will take care of that. However, once you have this draft email that AI spits out, you need to go through and you need to check that, because AI will sound like AI. It's not going to sound like yourself genuinely. And one thing that really matters in work is being genuine. So once I have the AI draft, I will go through the draft, read through the draft, and make any edits to make it sound like me again. So again, you're really going to use AI for that part of making a draft and making that initial kind of piece of work. Once you have that initial piece of work, you're going to take it and then you're going to edit it to make it your own. Taking an initial piece of work and then altering it so it can be your own flows right into point number 2. Point number 2 is to use AI to create drafts of things. So we know that to optimize our AI output, we should really provide 4 things: context, role, task, and output. So I can use these 4 things to create a detailed and really honestly good draft output of what I'm looking for. What I'm talking about in this context is spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are awesome for organizing, especially if you have been in a job, you have probably used spreadsheets. Your boss likes it when you can provide a spreadsheet that provides a summary. You like it when everything's organized into one place. Spreadsheets. I love to use AI to generate an initial spreadsheet. Once you provide that role, task, context, and output that you'd like to see, AI can take those 4 things and then generate that initial draft of a spreadsheet or a document, whatever you're looking for. And then from there, again, you're going to have to go in, you're going to alter, you're going to edit that spreadsheet. One of the really cool things is you can re-prompt AI. So you could say, okay, great, this draft of a spreadsheet is awesome. Good job. But I also want it to include this. Maybe I want to add another column or something like that. And then AI will go in, it'll regenerate, and then you'll have that new generated spreadsheet. So it's an ongoing iteration, kind of working with AI. And then you have to put in the work yourself too to make that draft exactly what it's supposed to be. Putting things together the way they're supposed to be. How do you get there? Templates. Templates really up productivity. When you have a task that you repeat, I love to put together a sample template. And now you can do this with AI. That way, next time you have to write up a report that's super similar to other reports that you've done in the past, you have a template of how that report is done. And those filler words, they're already in there. That's honestly going to save you a lot of time. Checking for grammatical fixes. This kind of goes back to our point number 1. Make sure that you are using your corporation, organization, company approved AI platform before uploading or copy and pasting your writing piece into the AI platform. But AI is really good at checking for grammatical changes or tweaking things to make them sound more professional. Last but definitely not least, ideation. AI can now help you with your ideation. When I think of ideation, I think of creativity and genuine work. Well, it is your human job to create ideas and to come up with ideas and to act on those ideas. Now, we can use AI though to help in that ideation phase. We can delegate tasks to AI. Specifically, I like to use AI as sometimes a research tool for the subjects I'm not as knowledgeable on. AI is trained off of data, which means that we can use AI's knowledge and web scraping abilities, specifically when we are specific with our prompts. We can then use AI as kind of a coworker, and AI can go do some of that research. One thing to be really careful of, though, when you have AI do research is always tell AI to cite its sources. That way, you know exactly where the information is coming from and you can fact check it. That is all for now. Please leave a like and subscribe if you feel so inclined, and hopefully see you in the next video. Bye.